What is going on, food friends? Hope you're all doing awesome today. Back again with two recipes this time to help in our battle against ultra processed and fast foods. Today I'm going to cook you all the two side dishes that we eat the most here at the house. The first dish we're going to cook up today is honey roasted carrots. I cook these almost weekly. I've got 2 pounds of carrots, and to start, we're just going to cut the ends off both sides of these and peel them all. Sometimes I peel them, sometimes I just wash and scrub them. These are pretty beat up and kind of ratty, so I'm going to do a full peel. And here's a tip. Always peel them over a paper towel or into a small bag. Carrots contain carotene, which is really important for our bodies, but they will stain your counter and your cutting board and anything they touch orange after a while. Once our carrots are peeled, we want to cut them so that they're all around the same size. Some carrots are just going to get cut into 2s or 3s, but some we may need to split in half. If you got some carrots that are very thick at the top, just split them in half. I had to do this to a bunch of these. We just want them all around the same size so that they cook at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to have some overcooked and really mushy, and some are going to be raw at the center. The hardest part of both of these recipes today is the vegetable prep. Once we get past the prep, it's easy street, wicked easy. Now we've got all our carrots cut around the same size. I've got them in a high rim baking tray, and I'm just going to drizzle 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil over the top. I'm going to be pretty generous with that salt. Going to grind in some pepper. And then we're going to make sure everything is good and coated. Going to mix it all up, get that oil and seasoning all over every piece. And then we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup of honey. I'm just going to drizzle honey all over these, get them all good and coated. And then we're going to put these in a 400-degree oven and forget about them for about 30 minutes. When we come back, we're just going to give them a stir. While our carrots are in the oven, we can start our spicy peanut butter cabbage steaks. Sometimes I do these as a stir fry with the spicy peanut butter sauce, and I'll show this another time when I do a stir fry video. But this time I'm doing steaks, so we want to cut this into slices, or as I said, steaks. And again, this is the hardest part of this recipe. As you saw, I removed the end, and I just sliced this into 4 large steaks. We're going to put these on a well olive oiled sheet tray. Normally I can fit 4 of these on a sheet tray, but this thing is huge, so I'm just cooking 3 this time. And I stir fried the other slice for lunch for Dawn and I after this video. We're going to drizzle and brush these with some olive oil on the tops, just a tablespoon or so, not a lot. Now that our cabbage is cut, we can make the spread for the tops of our cabbage steaks. We're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. I use chunky natural peanut butter. You want to try and use the kind of peanut butter that separates and you need to stir it every time. Don't use commercial brand whipped peanut butter. Then we're going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sriracha, 2 tablespoons of honey, and about 1.5 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. And then we're going to add in our spices, and this was a mix of dried ginger, garlic, and onion. I'll have all the measurements in the description down below. And this peanut butter was really dry, so I had to add in some water. I added in about 2-3 tablespoons at first, and by the end I added a whole 1/4 cup. Now we just spoon some of our peanut butter mix on top of each steak and then spread it carefully over the top. You may have to hold the outside leaves so that they don't pull apart as you spread it. You want to try and keep these as whole as possible, just for the look. And we're just going to put an even coating over the top of each. No salt on any of this. So we don't want the cabbage to wilt and release any water. There's enough salt in the peanut butter and soy sauce as there is. We just want to cover these well, get it all spread with our peanut butter mix, and then we're going to drizzle with just a little bit of olive oil, maybe 1 tablespoon or so. And then we're going to put these into our same 400-degree oven for about 25 or 30 minutes until the cabbage cooks. And you'll see that the peanut butter gets all toasted and cooked on top as well. While the cabbage goes in, we can do our first stir on the carrots. It's been about 25 minutes or so, so we want to give these a stir, get them all coated again in the honey mixture. It's all melted and watery at this point. Don't worry, that's what we want. It's going to thicken up and coat as it cooks. After the first 30 minutes, like I said, we want to stir these every 10 or 15 minutes until we're finished. It's been about 30 minutes since I put our cabbage steaks in. I've stirred my carrots 2 times so that they get coated and don't burn, but it's time to take out the cabbage. As you can see, it's still holding its shape, but it's cooked through and it's coated in our spicy peanut butter topping, and these are done. The carrots have been in the oven just over an hour and we've stirred them a few times, and now we can serve them up. These are all coated in honey and glazed, and they still have a small amount of bite to them. They're not total mush. If you like them a little softer, just cook them 5 or 10 minutes more. And now we've got our 2 side dishes that we eat the most often at our house: spicy peanut butter cabbage and honey roasted carrots. Thanks for joining me here today. I hope you all really enjoyed the recipes. Here's a bunch more I know you're going to love. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. These all help the channel grow, and it helps get all my recipes out in front of more people. Keep trying to avoid those ultra-processed and fast foods. Keep being awesome. Peace, everyone.